What's going on, America? Kevin from Kevin's Corner. Did anybody see the View where the reporter was on there and he started to explain why not to get your hopes up for the Mueller investigation to drop this bombshell information about President Trump colluding with the Russians? Did you see all their faces? It looked like their face hurt. I mean, the whole time they trying to reach. You sure? I mean, did he? What about Okay, but if you, and the reporter was like, none of that stuff have to do with the president. And this wasn't a conservative reporter. This was a liberal guy, I guess, who just simply is coming to the revelation that we've wasted 2.5 years of hyping this thing up. And now it's coming to a close. And we might want to start running a little bit of interference and pulling back on all of the vicious attacks and statements that we've been saying for the last 2 years, accusing the president of being a Russian agent. Because when it comes out that there was nothing there, we're all going to look stupid. So this is probably a good time to start pulling the parachute. Great time for the liberal media to punt the ball away. Because like I said in a video before, you got to be pretty much dumb, deaf, blind, all of those things, mute, to look at this whole Russia investigation and take it seriously. Because the reality is this: if there was any evidence that our president was working on behalf of Russia, he would have been out of there a long time ago. They would not have let him continue to be president with a smidge of reliable information without indicting him quickly or revealing this information to get him impeached immediately. Why wait 2.5 years? Just letting time go by? Letting him implement all of Vladimir Putin's plans and ideas into our government while you tittle around with trying to find evidence, or you sit on the evidence and wait 2.5 years to reveal it in some report? That's crazy. I mean, if they had evidence, they would have revealed this crap a long time ago to get the president out of there. You will not let him marinate for 2.5 years, okay? That's like dropping something nasty in some soup that you're making. You don't let it sit there. You get it out quickly, or else it's going to dilute and mess up the whole consistency of the soup, all right? So whatever isn't supposed to be in there, you get it out of there as soon as you discover it's a contagion. So if Trump was a Russian spy, it's funny almost to even say it. It really is. It's funny to almost even say it. I can't even believe that people are saying this out loud and thinking in their head that, yeah, it really makes sense. It just goes to show how vulnerable the human brain is to actually contemplate on the fact that Donald Trump, the apprentice, the billionaire, American icon, everybody loved him for years, promoting boxing, having a great time hanging out with Don King, Muhammad Ali, Floyd Mayweather, all of those guys, George Foreman, all of these people, all these years. That Donald Trump is a Russian agent, okay? Everything about his policies, anti-Russian. No evidence of him ever interacting with any of the Russians. 2.5 years go by. FBI launched a bogus investigation under Andrew McCabe, Peter Strzok, and Lisa Page, and all of them. Once their buddy Comey got fired, they decided, you know what? We better go ahead and launch an investigation against the sitting president because we have a gut feeling he might be involved with the Russians. Yeah. All of that stuff goes on, and all of them people are gone from the FBI. That is odd. That is odd. Where does the guilt kind of point towards? Trump's not gone. So if there was evidence of wrongdoing on his part, I think he would have been gone before the corrupt agents that launched a bogus investigation on him. All the evidence has been laid out about their motives, their view of the president, their biases, their activities, and they're gone. And yet the media is trying to hang on to a narrative. I mean, they are hanging on to it with a string. And if the Mueller report comes out and it doesn't say anything about Trump colluding, what are they going to do with their lives? They're going to have to go and find a whole new narrative, something to push for the next year and a half leading up to the 2020 elections. And they're all going to have egg on their face. Or they might then flip the script from Mueller being the God's gift to their cause to, oh, he's been compromised. Because see, what would be wrong is if Mueller, having no evidence that Trump colluded with the Russians, releases a report that doesn't accuse him of that, but yet just tarnishes his image with all this unnecessary stuff that have nothing to do with Russia because he went off the rails in his investigation. Then I would argue that this whole effort would simply be to tar the president's image and to just put him on display to the public and say, well, he might have not colluded with the Russians, but he's crooked, he's corrupt, he's immoral, he does all these other things, or he hung out with seedy people that actually got indicted for stuff that have nothing to do with Russia. Versus come out and just say, here's what we got. Some people in Russia bought some ads, period. A couple people that was connected to the Trump campaign broke some laws many years ago. But other than that, we ain't got nothing. We done spent 2.5, almost 3 years wasting y'all money and time, but we ain't got nothing. You bet not start then putting your mouth on Trump, and it has nothing to do with Russia collusion, because now it looks like you're just trying to muddy the waters, mix it all together. If it ain't Russia collusion, it's still some stuff going on that leave a thought in your head that he still ain't right. See, so they're trying to pull back. They're trying to scramble right now and come up with a secondary default plan because the Mueller investigation is coming to an end, and they're about to bring in a new district attorney who I think is going to do a good job, hopefully, and will squash any propaganda that's released to try to smear the president's image and hold Mueller and the rest of those knuckleheads to the fire. But what is the media going to do? Boy, the ladies on The View was reaching. But you sure? I mean, then what if, okay, I'm just saying. And he was like, yeah, but hey, it doesn't look that way. And they were sick. And that's sad. That is sad when you have Americans and politicians and media rooting for our president to be found guilty to be a Russian agent. I want you to just think about that. I don't care how much you hate the president and his policies, but when you are rooting for him to be found guilty as a Russian agent, what does that say about you and your loyalty to the country? It says a lot. Anyway, God bless you. Find me every Wednesday night, 7:30, live, Kevin's Corner. Also, check me out live on YouTube. I'll be there tomorrow, 7:30. And don't forget to hit like, share, subscribe, notification button. And check out Extreme Tees. Links in the bottom. Promo code would be my name. And finally, find me on Facebook and on Twitter. If you want to donate to Kevin and Kevin's Corner, there's a link in the bottom. Do that as well. God bless. See you next time at Kevin's Corner.